Hey, I'm Denisha Ferguson, and right now you are behind the scenes. We have 50 more seconds until I start the Create Your Virtual Stage Challenge. And man, it's very interesting because virtual events have literally allowed me to be able to continue to share my wealth of knowledge and be able to still be present with my family. So think about as you are watching this live event, what's an event that you can teach? And then what's your knowledge base in, right? Why would somebody even want what you have? And then start finding ways to connect. So my whole purpose of doing this is to help spark those ideas for you to then go do them. So this is not going to be long and drawn out. I'm going to give you some secret sauce. You go do it, report back to me. And if you actually want to join the behind the scenes, just put in the comments below. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started right now. So thank you again for joining the Create Your Virtual Stage Challenge. I am very excited that you are here. Why? Because it's helping me get my knowledge out and then also sparking your interest on your knowledge and what you do. And then my whole mission is to help you create more avenues in your business that are simple, right? I'm all about getting back to the basics because it's interesting. Like you and I both experienced the pandemic. And man, I just think about just three jobs off the top of my mind that I really, really, really wanted. But because of that pandemic, they were taken away. And these were some good paying jobs, right? And things that are already in my goals. And then one of them was actually something that I hadn't even been expecting. And it was like, oh my God, I'm starting to get these calls, right? So just think about what is something in your own life that you've had to shift, or maybe you want more time freedom, whatever the reason is. This is all personal to you. But think about how you can take your knowledge, right? Package it into something that is a natural next step for your target market and then also sell it. But when you selling it, you being of service, right? You're inviting others to come along the journey with you. You share with them, you help give them an avenue to be able to release their gifts and talents, their ideas, their knowledge, and then you give them a platform or service to then help them continue to create more impact in their life too. So yeah, thank you. So as you can hear, I have my special co-host that's going to be sometimes periodically joining us when she wants to make her debut, but that's all up to her. And so I am again a stay-at-home mom, and I use virtual events to activate ideas, to build community, to share more about my message and what I'm doing, and then also to help provide you a direct solution. That's right. She's like, yeah, my mama does that, to provide you a direct solution today. And so, again, let's think about what is the impact that you want to make, right? What is it? And you're probably like, I don't want to make any impact. I just want to do this. Whatever your reason is, what is your why? What is the message that you want to put out in the world? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to do right now? Okay, right now. Okay, and then think about what knowledge do I possess right now, right? Do I know how to write books? Do I know how to bake the best cakes? Do I know how to am I really good with systems and logistics, right? Am I a child care provider, right? Or do I help do tutoring, right? Do I do offer tutoring services? You, yes, you have a knowledge base. Then you also have your own, I would say, je ne sais quoi, your own special way of how you do it, right? Your own experiences, your own trials, tribulations, the things that you've already experienced. And now you can mix those together to not just vomit on people, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna tell everybody all my business and I'm gonna do, no, but to use your experiences to then tailor to that could be of help to somebody else. And so the sole reason why I'm creating this is literally help more individuals, more experts, more entrepreneurs who have a message, who have this thing about them that they want to create more impact. And then as a result, you're going to create income, right? You're gonna create income, but you're focused on the message and getting that out to more people that it can help them. And so, what do you desire? What is your products and services? And then again, looking at your skill set. Do you have a degree in a certain area? Did you take certain classes? Did you not take any classes, but you got it from the mud and you know how to build certain things just because you have that bulk of experience in it? The great thing about it is whether you have a day job, whether you are an entrepreneur, you have a skill set. And even more than a skill set, let me tell you, you got God, okay? And God already gave you these gifts and talents. And it's something special about you that you're supposed to bring out. So I do talk about God here. And I also love to talk about business and helping you just move forward. So think about that. What type of impact do you want to make? And then what type of skill set do you have? Like what knowledge do you want to put out? So yesterday we actually talked about the different ideas, right? So what is a natural next step that the person, your ideal target market, your ideal client, your dream client, they're looking for you, right? And you have the solution. So what is a natural next step so that when you post, if you want to do ads, when you share what you offer, when you speak about it on stages or other people's podcasts and things like that, that people I quickly identify, I need to talk to that person. I need to talk to them. Just like my baby's talking to me. So you hear it. And this is actually the beauty of me being able to do this. Had a baby, my thing is, and I love my daughter, and it's like, man, I don't want to miss any time. And people might be like, you need a break, get it done. I do get breaks. But sometimes I show how I can be able to do this, come and do it live, not let anything stop me, right? And keep it moving. And so the thing about it is our creativity, the innovation inside, the things that we want to do a lot of times gets put to the back burner, right? Or somebody say, what's the back burner? Get pushed aside. We get caught up in all the day-to-day activities and the things. And so I actually have a secret weapon right now, snacks. So they get put aside, right? We think we can't do it because of XYZ in our lives. We have people that we're surrounded by that tell us we can't do it, right? We have things that we're remembering from back in the day of a teacher or someone that you thought cared for you, said something to you, and it made you be like, well, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know what your personal experiences are, but I know that sometimes things stop us, and no matter what level that we go, there's another set of things that we're experiencing, and that's life. And the thing about it is, how do we move forward with that? And sometimes you're not going to be able to be happy-go-lucky all the time, right? But you can have a positive outlook that everything works out in my favor, right? That all things are working for me. All work works, right? Because even if you have been at something for years, decades, and you're not seeing the money that you like, I should be making more money. I should be doing this. I should be having more experience. You know what? One, you got to look at, is this really aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing? And then if it's not, how do I quickly shift into where I'm supposed to be and propel there, accelerate there? But also, the thing about it is, before you even do that, can you say that you've been very consistent, that you have your systems in place, that you have your support, that you're actually asking for the sale, and that you're actually creating the impact? So you want to check those things. We can talk about that another time, but I get so passionate about it. My thing is, because of these things, it's stopping us. It's keeping us from moving forward. And I believe so much that I could believe more for you too. Genuinely. Like, you don't even know me. No, I don't know you. But if you are watching this, and you stay to the end, or just you hear it and then you want to connect with me at Denisha Ferguson on YouTube, I'll be sharing some more behind the scenes, then you'll know, like, yeah, I need to connect with her. We need to do some things together, or I have a resource or things like that. So it might not be today, but my thing is, that's why I'm showing up, so that you can learn more about what I do. And I actually do have an opportunity where I can help you that I'll tell you at the end. If you want it, great. If not, great. My whole purpose is to come on here and share with you this thing. So if you're not doing it, if you're not hosting virtual events, then you include it. You host virtual events because you create your own platform. When you create your own platform, that's going to empower you, right? That is going to make you be like, well, I don't have to speak on other people's stages. Not today, at least. Now, we want to. We want to speak on other people's stages. We want to connect. I mean, that's the whole thing. When two or more come together, I mean, come on now, right? But the thing about it is, let me tell you a secret. Let me put my glasses up. When you start building your own platforms and people start seeing companies, start seeing what you do, though the individuals in the company start seeing what you do, they're going to want to work with you because you're showing up. You're physically demonstrating what it is that you offer. And there's a way you can do that where you're not running around, and because I've been there. I'm saying it because I've been there. That's funny. Hey, if you don't laugh at my jokes, my daughter is, okay? So, okay. Let's dive into this, okay? So, let me just finish my thought. So, because I'm excited. When you build your own platforms, they're going to want to come to you. We're not chasing, okay? Now, that doesn't mean work is not required. That does not mean you don't send out the things and you just wait for things to happen and just like it magically happens. No. What I'm saying is that it's one thing to just be sending proposals. Like, I'm doing it. I've been doing it, right? Sending proposals, asking to be speaking on stage and getting no after no after no after no after no. But guess what I'm getting? I'm strengthening that muscle. So I say I always do that because one, you want to reach out. Like, they mess around and reach out to you and be like, oh, you've been in my inbox. I haven't checked my inbox. Oh my God, it went to spam, right? So there's a lot of things that can go into that. But the thing is, you don't let that stuff stop you. And in the meantime, while you're, pitching and going after other platforms and things like that, what you also do is you create your own stage. So let's dive in because now I'm getting even more excited. So let me just share this with you really quick. If somebody says anything about virtual events, and events can be a lot of things. It could be a masterclass, it's 30 minutes. It could be an hour, 90 minutes. It could be a summit, a conference. It could be a workshop. It could be a training. It could be a 3-part series. Don't worry about what type of event right now. The thing about it is to commit, and that was day one, commit to a date, right? I always say you can give yourself 30 days, at least for your first one. If you already have a lot of individuals who want your products and services that are engaging with you, and a lot is subjective because you can have 10 people in a group, in a meeting, in a training, in a masterclass, and that'd be great. You can have 5 people in there, so it's not about always the numbers, but the numbers do come in play, right? When you are doing your marketing and when you are, assessing the different things. So we can go over that later if you choose to. But the biggest thing I want to convey to you is that don't let anybody tell you that virtual events are not it. I'm going to actually show you how to up-level your quality, add some, pizzazz to it and things like that later if that's what you decide to do. But I also have some upcoming videos that I'll be sharing. But virtual events have been climbing. And so I was doing virtual events before the pandemic just because I worked with all kind of tech people. So we just did them anyway. And plus, with the pandemic, it just shot up. And then people are like, why have Zoom fatigue? That's because Zoom sometimes can be boring. It can be boring sometimes, right? The way people present. So I actually show you how to convey your message, right? Be authentic, engage, right? And then also to create graphics and things like that can help add to it. But long story short, don't let nobody tell you, that virtual events are out, because they're not. I'm in a lot of groups, and especially with me having my daughter now, I am like, you know what? I'm loving a virtual event. If I can hop on a 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, sometimes 3 days. I did a training last week it was a 8 to 9 hour event for 3 days. And no, some parts I had to come in and out. At one point I just left my laptop in, went and I was like, it was in the background, cause I could hear a little bit of it, but then it kind of got a little distracting because I had my son and I was trying to help him with his homework. And now we got lunch and dinner and all kind of other stuff. And at some point I put my earphone in and heard what I could. They did not allow the replays. Well, they do, but you don't get them until later. But the thing about it is, regardless, I was present as much as I could, and I zoomed in. I listened to it. So I don't know about you, but think about what if you can get a solution right now, tomorrow, next week, and someone offered a workshop for that you can join anywhere. I'm talking about anywhere from your phone. You telling me you're not gonna be there? You're not gonna purchase it? $27.97, $297, $1,000, $10,000. If it's the $20,000, if it's the solution that you are looking for, and I get it, it's interesting because like you don't even know me, but that's why I'm showing up. If we work together, great. If not, find me on YouTube, and you never know, right? And the thing about me, what I love is that I love connecting individuals. So if I know that you do what you do in integrity, at least it looked like it online, I am one to refer you. So regardless, let's connect. So don't let anybody tell you that virtual events is not it. And just a little bit about me. I am Denisha Ferguson. I help entrepreneurs and experts. I basically show you how to transform your wealth of knowledge into impactful offers. And then what we do is I actually have a training that I developed from over 20 plus years of event planning, logistics, research management, and also marketing. I teach you how to launch it in an event, because an event is one of the fastest ways that you can connect. And regardless if it's in person or if it is virtual, it's a perfect way for you to launch your product and services. A perfect way. And so I get it. There's a lot of other things. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. Hey, maybe you should at some point add all these different other tactics. But what about if you can do a virtual event every month, once a month? Think about it. Once a month. And bring in what you would make in a month, in a day. Sound bad, huh? Oh, lovey. All right. So again, my co-star, she's making her appearance, and I'm going to teach this right with her. Okay. Here you go, love. So think about it. What is this event? And let's get going. All right. So that's me, and I am on a mission to help. So my job right now is to get this information to you, and then we go from there. And then also build my data. So what type of events? We already talked about them before, but you have workshops, summits, masterclass. Again, don't get caught up in the events type yet. But the thing is, day one was all about deciding. Once you decide, if you think about just your life in general, once you decide, oh my goodness, do you know how much you propel just because you decided? And most of the time we are stuck in our mind, including myself. We are stuck in our mind. And that is what's keeping us tired, not glowing, not being able to make those quick decisions because we haven't decided yet. So decide, what is your topic? That's a natural next step. So when you start talking about it, when you advertise, when they see that post, when they see an ad, this is me. They can quickly identify that. So that's one. Two, what type of event, right? So we talk about workshop, summit, conference. I always say start with a masterclass, a workshop, some type of quick training. Set a date. If it's not on the calendar, you're probably not doing it. I forgot the statistic, but a large percentage of people, if you don't set it on a date, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. Right? And then also think about the results. So what is the results, right? We're not just doing workshops to be doing workshops, right? This is the whole thing or creating these events. The whole thing is to make sure that we're creating impact in someone else's lives. So let's think about it. What is the result that you're going to get someone else? What can they walk away? If they tune into a 30-minute training with you, what can they walk away with and be like, oh my goodness, this is great for my next step, right? For what I need now, today, right? To help them along their journey. And so, yes, ma'am. So she said she has something to say and she wants another snack. So, all right, so I'm going to give you a snack as well. So let's think about the next thing. So this 3-part series is your snack. Okay, so we talked a bit again yesterday about designing your event, what that looks like as with your offer. We didn't dive into the offer. It's really about just deciding. If you want to just dive into your offer, I'll have another opportunity for that. But the thing about it is today is about filling your event. Filling your event. So one of the things I hear is like, what if nobody shows up? What if there's crickets? Yeah, there probably gonna be some. Just go ahead and accept that. And somebody else tell you not that you won't run from them. I'm one of the most positive people, right? And so I'm realistic. My first event, I talked about it yesterday, but my first event when I was 15 years old, it was a live event, had 5 people in the audience. And then I always say 6 if you count my mama. 6 people. I rented a facility. I had light bites. I had the music. I had about 30, 40-ish participants backstage. We had practiced for a couple of months to put on this amazing, spectacular event. And I rented, printing, all kind of stuff to have 6 people. I should have took some more time on that part, shouldn't I? But anyway, I was excited. And so you learn over time. There's also times where you will have a packed room, and really, when you think about it, and when you add your surveys and things like that, you're like, they really wasn't the target market. This is actually what was attracted to this event. Okay, great. So do I create something now for them, or do I change my marketing, right? And what is truly aligned. So the thing about it is you want to be able to create these events that you can create on repeat. Like these are events that you can create on repeat. So, and this is a way for you to continue to get new leads, new people engaging with you, new people to find out about you, right? Not everybody is a client, and you don't want them to be. You don't want them to be. And somebody like, that's not true. Yes, it is. You don't want them to be. You only have, so much time, and there's systems and things that you can put in place. You might have a membership where you can take on more people. You might do one-on-ones where you can only, you only got a limited amount of capacity when you do one-on-ones. And the list goes on. So we can go over that if you want to. But think about this topic that you can do on repeat. And then it might be something where you're like, you know what? I can do this on repeat, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to tweak it some. I'm going to take away this topic. I'm going to add this so that it could be more impactful to the viewers. And then also as you're evolving. And so why host virtual events? Again, the reason why you want to host virtual events is because when you're filling these events, you're actually going to start building credibility. I know you want to speak on more stages. You want to write more books or write your first book. You want to, be on more podcasts. And you want to do more things. Again, you want to showcase what you can do, right? This is what you're here. You're here because you want to create your own stage. And think about that by hosting these virtual events, you're going to be able to establish more credibility faster. The stage that you're going to create not just has 1,510 people, but online it's endless amount of people that you can reach. And then also you want to enhance your presentation. So I actually have, in my training, I go over the different ways that you can add to your presentation, and also with your public speaking and things that you can do. And then also, again, when you host virtual events, again, it's about propelling your service, your sales, and your solution, because we are a solution in the marketplace. The thing about it is people are selling all kind of things. And why not you sell what you offer? Right? There's some things that you're not going to do. You're going to be, this is my hobby. This is what I love. I don't sell this. But there's some other things you need to be selling. And selling this service. Right? It's an invitation. If they want it, great. If they don't, let me tell you something. I have a 10-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. My 10-year-old is the best salesman ever. And I'm around a lot of salesmen. Okay? And I love being around. You're around a lot of salesmen. If you was to go to Costco, Walmart, I cannot. Anyway, whole nother conversation about Walmart. Wherever you go, wherever you shop, there's salesmen. like sales because we're also selling too. We like sales. And you get excited. You get excited because you're actually now giving somebody an opportunity to be able to invest in what they say they want to help them with their next thing so that they also can be of service and sell too. Right. So we'll talk about that some more later. But the thing about it is how you do that is you create your own virtual stage. And let's talk about again my formula that I have, and it's called the TicketTrio. You're going to activate the TicketTrio formula. The TicketTrio formula is the first step is when you're going to fill this event, this is what we're going to know. So I love coming up with really fun ways to teach. And so this is one of my formulas. You ready? All right. So let's think about this. You want to fill your event. How you going to fill your event? How you going to fill your event? How you going to fill it? You're going to use my TicketTrio formula. That's how you're going to do it. And the first step is those you know. Those you know. And I get it. It gets kind of scary sometimes. It's scary. I get it. People be like, I don't want to post on my private Facebook page. I don't want to tell people what I do. They might not like it. Listen. I'm just going to be all the way. Get over it. Get over it. If it's something really serious about your job and you just don't want to create another Facebook page, just create another Facebook page. But the thing about it is one of the lowest hanging fruits that you can do is invite those you know. And hey, and that's the thing. See, being home to hear my daughter say mama, like, and to still be able to create sales and make money and hear her saying mama, like, it's nothing like it. And I love it. I'm glad I'm here with you. Oh, love, you okay? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so think about it. Now and then she's got the jokes. So think about it. What is a platform that you already have, places you're already going, groups you're already engaging with? I mean, you are spending all this time scrolling, right? And commenting on other people's posts and things like that. And yes, do that. But what if you posted, shared, show behind the scenes, and the list goes on of things that you can do where you don't, it won't be salesy. Sometimes you're going to put a post that just is buy this, or here you can go get this if you want this, right? But there's ways that you can do it where it's conversational, where you're showing how it's applied in real life, and then and you invite them and they can make a decision on what they want to do. So the thing about this is those you know, right? Those you know. So think about those you know. It's always like, that's bad grammar. Listen, this is my formula, okay? This is my formula. So you're going to think about those you know, those that flow, and those that glow. That is the TicketTrio formula. That is my TicketTrio formula. So if you see somebody else doing it online, it's because they got it from me. But anyway, you're going to incorporate that. So the first one is those you know. You're going to say, you know what? I unapologetically stand firm. And I am going to talk about what I do. And yes, some people might get tired of it. And if they do, I just keep talking about it. And they will unsubscribe or they will not even scroll. I mean, also, I think about there are multiple algorithms. And sometimes people don't even see your posts. So you got to post several times. And why not? The internet is open 24/7. So why would you not post it? So think about those you know. So your current network, your current social media groups. If you don't want to post on your private Facebook group, you're missing out. There's somebody there that you could probably be really helping right now, right? And they can DM you. You say, if you don't want to comment on the post, DM me, right? If they want to stay anonymous. You can find things about that. Just don't let that stuff hold you back. And then also using social media, organic reach, if there's any type of groups that you're in. These are, and I talk about this more in my training, but these are low-hanging fruits. Those you know. Tell them, invite them. They come, they don't, they don't. And it's also making you practice. And again, you don't want them to if they're not your target market. But the key is, like, I love testing this on my personal pages. Why? Because what happens is I start really seeing, like, I almost got, like, I don't know, it's like 4,700 or some people on Facebook. And I like just posting different things to see how they engage with different comments or different posts. Because then I can start saying, well, who are the people that's even, I'm like, I don't even remember adding these people. I don't even know some people I do, but some people I'm like, I don't even know this person. And regardless, they're on my friends list. And so the thing about it is I like testing my material and things that I'm doing. And so use that. It's all a test. And also, I get it. I have about 20 years of research. So I was case manager, research manager in behavioral health and mental health. I did that by day. And then by night, and any other time I could, I was building platforms for entrepreneurs. I was producing events. I was speaking and teaching and leading and things of whatever I could do. I was being personal assistants at events. I was volunteering for events, every single thing I could do to learn more about building platforms so I can bring them back to Indiana. And so I actually formed my own signature event called Indiana Fashion Week. And, it helps basically entrepreneurs in the creative space, right? And then it also connects them with sponsors and, development opportunities, portfolio building opportunities, and the list goes on to help them with their careers. So the thing about it is I had to start talking to my personal network first, right? And then I also did this. Those that flow. Okay? So that's the other part, the second part of this, those that flow. So think about it. Those that flow are people that it would be, maybe you don't know them, but you want to connect with them, right? You don't know them, but you want to connect. So think about what is a natural flow, right? What is this natural flow? So I'm going to make this a little bigger so that you can see this. So think about it. In order for this flow to happen, we got to start looking at a few things. One, are you findable, right? Can they find you? If they search for you, what is it that you do? Are you, do you work in mental health, right? Are you working in the healthcare industry? Are you in the restaurant, hospitality industry? What is your product or service? Like, what is it? Let's think about it. What is it? And then are you findable? If they searched you, can they find you? I mean, ask yourself that question. Like, why don't I have any customers? Can they find you? Like, if they're like, I need Valentine's Day dinner ASAP, right? Did you already have a special going on or some type of, something so that when they type in, when they go to a different group, so think about it. Them searching you, what type of groups you can be in, and then also think about, are you present where they are, right? So this might be not necessarily a online strategy, but this may be an offline strategy. It can also be online too, but I'm specifically talking about, like, are you findable? So if you know that they go to specific restaurants or shops, or they shop at specific places, is there a place where you can put an ad at? Is there a billboard there? Is there program booklets there or magazines there? Like, what is there that then you can have a presence? And that's key, because when they go there, they're already going there anyway. And that doesn't mean you have to be there. Maybe you are, maybe you set up a table at one point, or you do a public speaking event there. But if not, what is there already that you can, is there a flyer or something that you can have posted there? And a lot of times, if business owners are open to these things, depending on what type of service that you're going to offer. Hey, love. So my husband just got back. And so the thing about it is, think about that. Where can you be present for them? And so the beauty of being able to host these virtual events is being able to, one, like you can see with me, being with your family, right? And I have some things already pre-set up to help me as I do this presentation. But, and we just keep it moving. And then so think about, okay, another thing on those that flow is, are you already set up to engage with them, right? Are you set up to engage with them? So what is something that you can have online, right? So is it a freebie, right? Is it something that you give a checklist for free, or you give, maybe you do your live streams where they can connect directly with you, or maybe you have a workbook or something that you charge for. you have to decide what aligns with you and what you want to do. And I can actually talk to you more about that. But the thing is, how do they engage with you? And are you set up for that? Then also, are you set up for the sale? Right? So once you start connecting with those that flow, are you set up to engage with them, to offer the service to them, to tell your natural next step to them in some way, right? That either you can be present or the systems that you set up are there to help you, right? So think about that, those that flow. So those that flow, you want to start making a list. Who flows? What companies, what sponsors do you want to connect with? And what other individuals? As you're online and you're scrolling, you're getting in, you scrolling down the timelines. Think about, you see somebody, you're like, oh, okay, she mentioned this, he mentioned this. This is actually the service I offer. I want to connect with them, right? And before you connect with them, engage with them. See if this is something that you really want to do. And then also, before you engage with them, actually have something so that when they go to you, they can see that that's what you do. That's what you do. Okay. All right. Okay. So then the next thing is the third part of my formula of the TicketTrio formula is those that glow. Okay. So I am all about dreaming big. Dreaming big. Dreaming big. Okay. And positioning yourself as the solution. And so my thing is, if you said, I want to reach out to this company, right? If you've never worked with the company before, they don't know who you are, you may or you may not have a following online. The thing about it though, let me tell you something. Let me adjust my glasses. So I've been through several trainings, and each one of them, the ones that I've been through about this specific topic, have said that companies are now going for the micro influencers, because they know that, yeah, they got the influencers, they have budgets and things for all these other different key individuals, but even those micro influencers, the ones that they may have a smaller audience, but their audience is engaged. They're engaged with them. Did I say that right? Well, you know what I mean if I didn't. They are engaging, right? So do not despise small beginnings, right? What you're starting with, if you have something that could be a solution, you can position yourself for that. If you're just starting out, you can position yourself with that, because if you've already done this before, whether it was a day job, whether you volunteered for it, you have that expertise that you can do. And there's a way that you can position that to then also now continue to move forward with what your goals are, to position yourself as the expert that you are seeking to be, that you already are. So we want to dream big, okay? And my thing is, just to share some insight, I have a set amount of emails and outreach, and I actually tailor, like, I usually will set aside, it depends on what it is. So it might be 20 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, it might be an hour, and I'm really designing custom emails to send that then include, hey love, that's my theme song. My mama making money while I'm getting my groove on. My mama creating impact and helping others, inspire them. My mama. You like my song? my mama, create impact and inspiring others. My mama, building community, being creative, cash flowing. Okay, if you're gonna be around here, I like to have fun, cause I was up last night. I was up till like 2:00 with my baby and my business. So anyway, okay. So dream big, dream big. And so this is going to be a list of individuals or companies that you want to connect with. So maybe you are in mental health, right? And you want to start offering these mental health services. Like maybe you're speaking to on the mental health side of workers, right? Engaged in this market now. Like they're talking about different things like, oh, it's a recession and things like that. You might want to just start speaking to corporations about mental health from a standpoint of how to help create more happier, fulfilled, you know, employees while they're working or something like that. We can unpackage it. I'm kind of going on top of my head, but I'm just trying to give you an example that you can dream big. And so you might say, I am actually hosting workshops for corporations, right? And then I have a workshop for individuals, right? So listen, that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you about this, because this is something that you can literally have going next month if you really wanted to. And you can build this credibility. And what else did I say in my song? You can build community and cash flow, right? But it's gonna take some commitment. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some testing, because you're gonna be figuring out what people are drawn to and attracted to based on what you're putting out to market. And so it's not always easy, but once you get it rolling, it's so fun. So anyway, okay. Let me go to the next one. So the 3-part formula, I'm gonna recap it. It is those you know, those that flow, those that glow. The glowing are the ones that you're gonna be dreaming even bigger for. And so let me tell you what the gurus have that they really don't share with you, right? They share it, and if you really like me, I'm behind the scenes, right? So I see it. But the gurus have repeated ways to engage with their current clients, right? To then help carry them up the ascension ladder with more things to be able to be of service for them, right? And to sell to them. But then they also have multiple systems in place to attract and nurture them. New leads, right? They have systems. And then also their current clients, they attract to the new offers too. But the thing about it is they have a way to engage with current clients, and then they have systems in place to attract new clients, new potential clients. And so for me, I'm behind the scenes on a lot of these things, and I'm sharing with you the solution to that is adding virtual events. If you notice, sometimes they don't even call them virtual events. They just call them a live stream, right? But guess what? In the live stream, they're selling their book. They're talking about maybe a program. Yeah, they're offering whether they're empowering you, inspiring you, or offering you a solution, they still are selling you something. That's their event. So you don't even have to use social media. Like, you can utilize social media and just go live. But this is my event. This is my free event. I'm going to go live. So think about that. And yeah, that's what they have. They're incorporating virtual events. And so think about it. As I'm talking, like, have you been thinking about what virtual event that you're going to host, right? What virtual event? What virtual event is that? I hope that you have that topic. And if you're like, oh, I have a few different things I want to host, then I hope a few different topics. Great. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to test them. We're going to put them out there, right? Not yet. Write the list first. And then we're going to do some more research. Not a long time. Okay, because you want to get out, you want to test it quickly, you want to launch this workshop. Even if you only got like 5 people to come, regardless, I'm telling you, it's going to grow. You might get 100 people. They might not even be the ideal target market. We don't know. So it's all testing. And I get it. Because I worked in research, that was a big thing. Everything was a test. It was a hypothesis. It was, let's see, we contact 1,000 people over 3 weeks, over 2 weeks, and let's see, the goal is to reach at least 50% of them, 20% of them, 30% of them, 70% of them. So anyway, I get it, and I'm just naturally, because I went through that training for a decade plus, that's just me naturally. So I'm helping you navigate through all the other things behind the scenes that the people really don't talk about as you build your business, okay? So this is what also the gurus have, right? That they don't tell you. They have, what do the gurus have that? And you're like, how are they doing all this stuff? Like, how are they doing it? And you're like, why are you yelling at me? Because somebody might have been falling asleep, and I just woke them up. But anyway, okay. So what also do the gurus have? The gurus have people like me behind the scenes on their teams to build their systems, to help them execute on their plans. People like me, you might not see, right? People like you They have you. And you're like, I don't work for a guru. I don't work for anybody. But you worked for a company. But you worked for a company. You worked for a company, right? They hired you for a certain solution, right? And you perform that every day or however many times a day, part-time, full-time, whatever, weekends, whatever. So they hire people like us to execute, to help them with their vision. And so you got to think about that too. As you have your business, who are you hiring? Who are you putting in place? Who are you engaging with? Who are you teaming up with? Who are you partnering with that can then help you with your business, right? Propelling your business forward. And so the solution that I have, yes, I'm going to sell you something if you want it. If not, definitely go to DenishaFerguson.com and Denisha Ferguson on YouTube. And I'm going to be sharing some more insight. If you want to join the Facebook group, I'm going to be sharing some more insight. But I actually have a training, and I am literally on a mission to help more people include these virtual events. Because just like the pandemic, when people were trying to figure out work, they were trying to figure out their next steps. Those who continue to do virtual events, who continue to show up online, who continue to be working on their other products. Maybe they had like a service-based business, or there's a lot of other businesses that thrived during the pandemic. So when we experience that, when you think about life changes, whether you have a baby, whether you have, you're a caregiver, one of the main projects I was on when I was in research was an Alzheimer's and dementia study. And so basically I would go out to their homes and work with these patients, and each one of the cases was so very different. And so when I think about that, I think about, the conversations that I had with these individuals. And more times, all the time, often, and you're probably like, you're exaggerating. No. Because my job was to sit there with them, or to engage with them, or to do an activity with them, or to do a survey with them, or various different things, or to come out and do quality control and quality checking, or to pick them up. Because at one point I picked them up, got a cab for them, and went to go with them, or went to go pick them up at another job. I worked in transportation for the healthcare industry. So when you think about that, one of the things that they will often say is, I wish that I could have did more things. I took more chances, put more into myself, my family. I was working a lot. I missed a lot of things, right? Or because of just my upbringing and what I had available, I had to work all the time. So I couldn't live out my dreams. Again, it was all these different stories, and I'm grateful for those stories. I'm grateful for that perspective. Because even now, because I am so driven. And sometimes people say it's borderline obsessive, but I'm not obsessed. I am on a mission to help more individuals to release their God-given talent, to release what is inside of them that they know. I'm here to spark that. I can help you set up some solutions behind the scenes, and I go on about my business, and you go and you create the impact of things that you seek to do, right? So it's my way of showing up, and that's why I do the things I do, and I'm grateful to be able to do that as a stay-at-home mom and still run my business. And still, I have some live events that are coming up this year, and I'm going to be taking people behind the scenes with me to see me actually do those live events. Especially if you want to host events, whether it's in person or live, you'll be able to see a live version. So I'm excited about those events. And so my solution is my Propel Live Events training. This training is literally over 20 plus years of my experience in logistics. And so what I do is I help you create your own virtual stage. And this is an opportunity for you to dive deeper with me. And so if you want to find out more about it, just go to Propel Live Events. That's Propel Live Events. And you can get all the details on it. But the main things is basically, again, I help you create your own virtual stage. We do this and we set it up so that it's on repeat. You are going to customize it. There is some testing and things in place, but regardless, we're going to set that up. I'm going to help you set up the systems behind the scenes, because again, what the gurus don't show you is the behind the scenes often, and what it takes to run the amazing things that they have going on, what it takes to actually run it. And then I'm also going to help you with a turnkey. So I'm going to help you do these. I share with you different platforms that you can then pick, and then we set it up for you. And that training is $5,000. It will be regular price, right? It will be. But because I've been behind the stage, behind the scenes, I am on a mission to help. My thing is like I'm like 50 people, right? The next year. And so every month I do this. And so for the first 5 that register, you're only paying $9.97. And one thing I learned when I started off in just the coaching and the personal development space and also entrepreneurship is paying for the information, because you're going to pay anyway. And then also not always being like, I'm going to go to the top guru, right? I'm going to find out someone that's at the top that I can learn from. And I am going to find somebody that really cares. And that's me. If this is aligned with you. Because if it's not, do not sign up. I do not want you in it. I do not. But my goal is to help 50 individuals in the next year. And so this month, every month I show up, the first 5, you get to register for only $9.97, and you get all of this at the price that it will be next year or sooner. Because if I get those 50 people when I do, soon as it's going up. It's going up. And the thing about it, I just asked for a testimonial that matches what your experience is. So let's go back to day 1, right? You want to propel your message, your money, your platforms forward. And the thing about that, it takes for you to decide. So day 1 was all about deciding on what workshop you want to host, right? Or what event you want to host in the next 30 days. Select a date. You want to practice and prepare. And then you also want to write your why. You want that why to be visible. And I get it. People are like, oh, he's talking about your why. You better talk about your why. Because you go outside and, get in the car and somebody cuts you off, or you send your proposals and you get another no, right? Or something changes with your schedule, right? And you're not able to do something that you really wanted to do, right? Or your life now has changed, right? And now you got to find new perspective. You better have your why. You better have your why. And not because I said so, but because it matters. What is your why? Why are you doing this? And allow virtual events to be something that can help you, that you can be at home, be anywhere, you want to travel, wherever, and create the impact. So I'm making this bigger so that you can see this. But the next step for day 2, yes, ma'am, we're almost wrapped up. But day 2 is all about complete day 1, right? Complete day 1 at any step. And this is something that you're going to constantly repeat. Write a contact list with a max of 10. Don't get stuck in this long drawn out thing of trying to build this long list. No, because this is something that you're going to be doing over time. So you're going to write a contact list. And these are the people that you know, right? So these are the 3-part series, is those you know. So who do you know that could use this service, right? This product, what you're selling. Who do you know? Now, the thing about this is that don't overthink this. Don't put your beliefs in it. Oh, they can't do it, or they won't be able to afford it, or don't add none of that, right? The thing you want to say is, okay, I see that this is something that they might want, or that I could be of service. They've talked about wanting this before. I'm gonna invite them, right? But don't invite them yet. Just write them down on the list with their exact contact information, whether it is if you're going to contact them via DM, if you have their contact information, if you have their email, just write it down. You're also going to list 5 ways for you to be findable, right? You're going to do an inventory. You're going to think about, okay, what ways can people find me? If people Google my topic, can they find me, right? And if not, that's going to be definitely an area that you want to start looking at. And then you also want to decide on what you will offer to catch their attention. Right? So what is that? So reevaluate what that looks like for you, and then decide on that. So, okay, hello again. So think about that, and then find out what works for you, right? So the key is to get started, or to continue so that you continue on with this momentum. And, you know, we always want to find ways that help us do things, help us work smarter and not harder. Now, again, there is work to be done, right? This is not a get rich quick thing. I'm all about returning to the basics. I'm all about showing different strategies and things that you can do. Let me show you this right here too. Different strategies and stuff that you can implement that can help you along your journey. So just think about it. What is a way that you can propel your business forward, and really consider virtual events as one way to be able to directly connect with your ideal target market? If you start doing this, nothing's guaranteed, right? Like, well, people can argue that. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. The thing about it is, if you start doing it, then you're going to start building momentum. More people are going to know, oh, that's what they do. More people are going to be like, oh, I know such and such that they do this, or, you know, or go to this person, or they're going to be referring you, but they got to know you exist. So do they know you exist? All right. So again, just to recap, today was about strategies to fill your event. And the way you're going to fill your event is 3 different ways with my TicketTrio Formula. The TicketTrio Formula goes like this. You're going to focus on and write a list of those you know, those that flow, and those that glow. So you're going to start with who you know. You're going to then build a list of more people that you've seen. You want to reach out to more companies, things like that. And then the glow part is you're going to dream big. You're going to start finding other ways that you can connect and share what you do. So again, you could be hosting a workshop for a corporation, or you can be hosting a workshop at home. Okay? So, or in a community. There's many different avenues for this, but my thing is helping you get started and using virtual events to do that. So again, I am Denisha Ferguson. You can reach me at propelliveevents.com. That's propelliveevents.com. And I'm literally on a mission to help more experts and leaders to move boldly on what it is that they offer that is of service and that could be a solution in the marketplace. And when you do that, you're going to create sales. Okay? And you're also not going to be running around all frantic, trying to do stuff. Now, sometimes there's going to be work to be done. Okay? I'm going to say that, because the whole thing about there's no work, I don't understand that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's always some type of work. But the thing about it is now we are in our aligned work, the work that lights us up. And I'm taking you on a roller coaster because my daughter just moved it. So if this is something that you want to connect with, definitely go to propelliveevents.com. That's propelliveevents.com. I am Denisha Ferguson. And again, you can reach me at propelliveevents.com, and you can find out more about my training if that is of interest to you. Also, if you know anybody else that is interested in producing virtual events and, you know, they're like, I want to have somebody to help support me behind the scenes, definitely share this with them. And I am very excited again to be able to be a stay-at-home mom, be with my baby, but still build my business and create the impact that I so desire, right? And I love it. It lights me up. So I am off for lunch. Okay? All right. So again, go to propelliveevents.com. That is propelliveevents.com.